It's been a while, Kwab. We're back, baby. And I got a new Knick hat. And it doesn't fit my head right just yet.
I don't like
but
it.
We're back.
I don't like it.
Let's give it up. Even if you're driving, ladies and gentlemen,
Please don't
even
clap.
if you are driving, clap
Please
your
don't
hands.
clap if you're
We are
driving.
here with our Eastern Conference preview, Kwab. Let's not even tease us even more than we have to.
Yes, sir.
I want to give my predictions first because I'm selfish. Throw them up. All right, so as you can see, I think the Cavs are going to be the 1 seed. I think they're going to have the best regular season. My New York Knicks in at 2. This is where things can change with anybody's Eastern Conference standings. I think the Orlando Magic are for real. Got them at 3. We'll talk about that in a second. Giannis is Giannis, so the Bucks at 4. I think people are sleeping on the Sixers. I know that sounds crazy, but you guys, the Sixers are not as big as a joke as y'all make them out to be. I know they're fun to make fun of, but let's be honest here. A healthy Sixers team, y'all scared of them if you're not a Knicks or Cavs fan. I'm sorry, you are. The Hawks, we'll talk about that in a second. I think they're good. Don't think they're that good. Celtics take a step back. We'll talk about the Pistons in a moment. Rounding out 9 through 15. I don't think there are too many surprises there. Raptors at 9. Yeah, I think they'll be fun a little bit, but that's it. All right, Cobb, I'm going to start with team most likely to exceed expectations, and you look at the top of the standings right there. It's the Orlando Magic for me. And
Orlando Magic.
And I mean this in the way like most likely to exceed expectations. I think their expectations is to go to the second round. Would not surprise me if they make the Eastern Conference Finals. If you were to put someone in the future in front of my face,
Yes, sir.
and say the Orlando Magic made the NBA Finals, Josh, are you shocked? I'd be like, no.
No.
I'm not actually. I'm not shocked. I'm not going to pick it. I'm not going to put money on it.
Yeah.
I think there are other teams aside from the Orlando Magic that will make the NBA Finals, but it wouldn't shock me. I think this team is finally built to make moves in the playoffs. Now, last year they were hurt. They were top 4 seed throughout the season. All these injuries happened. Even by playoff time, they were missing Jalen Suggs. They went 5 against Boston. It was a hard 5. It wasn't even like a easy 5 for Boston as well. By the time the playoffs start, Jalen will be healthy, hopefully fully healthy by then. And you add Desmond Bane. What the Magic really needed was shooting. And then on top of that, you get shooting without having to sacrifice defense because Desmond Bane's a good defender as well. So he fits right into exactly what the Orlando Magic needed. I think Anthony Black's going to take another step forward this year. Yeah. He's on our first team, Dimes, I fucks with you.
Yes, sir.
Team, which big fans of Anthony Black. You know, I think that they're going to be a lot better than people even think they're going to be. I had the Cavs at 1, the Knicks at 2, because I think these are 2 teams that could possibly win 60 games this year. It wouldn't surprise me if the Orlando Magic are sitting at mid-50s by the end of the year. So this is my team most likely to exceed expectations. Kwab, you are a huge fan of the Magic. Do you agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like you listed it out, laid it out perfectly. Why you think that they're going to have a solid season. You expect all these players, especially their young stars, to make another jump this year. And adding their big question mark shooting was always the problem. So adding Desmond Bane it helps that greatly. Again, with a team like the Magic, you just hope they stay healthy because that was that was the main thing that affected them in the course of the year when they all started getting these crazy ass injuries. But yeah, I expect them to have a great season.
Most likely to underperform, as you can see by the list that I have here. In my opinion, it's going to be the Detroit Pistons, Kwab, and it's not because I'm bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm really not. It was a hard-fought series against the Knicks.
Yeah, I was about to say, why would you be bitter, though?
Because they beat the crap out of us. They were complaining about everything. They were crying about a bunch of stuff.
You guys were crying, too.
We were hysterical. But we were hysterical about the way our team was playing. The reason why I think the Pistons are going to take a step back, it's not because I think they're a bad team. I think a lot of their success last year had to do with the veterans around Cade Cunningham, such as Malik Beasley. Tobias Harris, yes, he is coming back. But I do think you're going to have to work back in Jaden Ivey. I just think that a lot of their success was due to like the Tim Hardaway Juniors of the world, the Malik Beasleys of the world who are now gone. And that sounds silly because they're not like all-stars by any means. But now you're going to have players step into different roles, have a different identity. I don't think they're as talented as the rest of the East is. I think they're going to take a step back. I think Cade is a phenomenal player. I think he's a phenomenal point guard. He's an all-star from this point on going on in his career. But if I had to pick one team where I was like, you know what? I think they're a little overrated. I don't think they're going to be as good as people think they are. I think it's the Detroit Pistons. I think people are sleeping on the Philadelphia 76ers, especially if they're healthy. Now, we don't know when Joel Embiid's going to play or whatever. But if a healthy Sixers team still, I don't say scares me, but it's still a solid team, a more talented roster. The Orlando Magic got better at Desmond Bane. The Atlanta Hawks made some moves this offseason. And I don't think the Boston Celtics are going to take as big a step backwards as people think they will. I just can't see this Pistons team being a 3-4 seed that a lot of other NBA experts think there could be.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see when my list comes up, but I don't have them as like a 3-4 seed. But I do have them. I think I had them. I think top 6.
Okay, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, and I guess to counter what you're saying is that like I feel like the experience they had actually playing in the playoffs for like a Cade Cunningham and a Jalen Duren it's essential. Like young players don't get that, especially going against a tough veteran team like the Knicks. I understand they lost some players, but I think they also added some players too. Because I gotta check this list just to make. Yeah, they added Duncan Robinson. That's another floor spacer. Added Karis LeVert. That's a player off the bench. I think losing like Dennis Schroeder is going to be big because he played a big role for them for them playoffs. There's still a chance that they might resign Malik Beasley because he's still under investigation. Well, he's not under investigation. He got cleared.
By the NBA, he is.
But he got cleared. But even if they lose Malik Beasley, so let's say just say they lost Malik Beasley, they lost somebody that was apparently gambling with the spread.
If he was gambling, he was gambling on himself because he had a good year.
How did he look in the playoffs? How did he look? How many
after
open
game
shots?
one? Not good.
How many open shots was he missing?
Listen, during game one, he hit the shimmy. That's all I remember.
He did hit the shimmy, and then it went downhill after that. But that's all jokes aside. I feel like they, especially with Jaden Ivey coming back, who was having a great year. Like he was having a great year before he got hurt. I think he was in the conversation for
he was well. He was doing well.
Most improved player of the year. He's the reason why. Actually, if we look back on it, he's the reason why Mike Brown got fired. That's who's
in Sacramento. The comeback game.
Yeah, when he hit that shot, he's the reason. So having him back, and if he gets back to who they believe he is, because they have a lot of confidence in Ivy. You could tell the front office does. So does the team. So if they get him back, you get an improvement from Thompson, who doesn't get as much. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for? As much push as his twin brother does.
No, but I think the playoffs showed that he deserves a lot of it. I think him on Jalen Brunson making life difficult, even though Jalen Brunson hit that game-winning, series-closing shot on him, the narrative wasn't, oh, he couldn't guard him. The narrative was like, damn, like he was on his ass the whole series, and Jalen finally got away.
Yeah. So I feel like especially we're looking at the East. To us both, we see about 2 or 3 definite teams, and everybody else has question marks. So I still feel like they will be okay. They will be okay in the East.
Moving on. Eastern Conference Finals prediction. Listen, I'm going Knicks Cavs. I don't like going chalk a lot because it's very boring, and as you can see between what the Indiana Pacers did last year, not always the case, right? But I do think the Knicks and Cavs are above all else, like the best teams on the East. No questions asked. The Cavs, as a Knicks fan, is the only team that really scares the crap out of me in the Eastern Conference. I think they're just kind of destined to meet each other. I think that this is the year where the basketball gods were like, you are 2 franchises who have completely failed for the past few years and did not meet expectations. We're opening up a window for you. Which one of y'all is going to fly through this window? So I think that's going to be the Eastern Conference Finals. Cavs fans, I know you think I'm this very objective, rational Knicks fan, and I promise you that I am. This is my heart talking. This is my fan talking.
Yes, sir.
I got the Knicks in 7 as of right now before I see any games this season. This is strictly coming off the fact that they hired Mike Brown. I like the way he's talking about the offense, baby. Move the basketball. Jalen Brunson off the ball. Faster. Pick up the pace, how he's talking about defense and Mitchell Robinson, expanding the rotation is exactly what Knicks fans wanted, exactly what we thought we needed last year to be a better basketball team. And I'm just having faith right now in Mike Brown. I'm having faith in the organization. And I will 1,000% admit that this is a pick from here. All right? Now, we're going to recap the first game of the season. And if the Cavs win by 27, y'all can come right back here, and it's going to be like, yep!
Knew it.
I was wrong.
Okay. All right.
I was wrong. It took me about 4 games into the season last year to be like, okay, this Knicks team's not it. And this Cavs team's better. It might take me
4.
one. We'll see.
The 4.
Yeah, no, after that Celtics game, the first game, I was
Yeah,
like,
you were right there.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this is a disaster, bro. I can't believe they made the Eastern Conference Finals, but we're not going to talk about last year.
Yes.
But I got the Knicks winning the Eastern Conference. All right, Kwab, anything about my 1 through 15 or anything that I said that you want to point out?
I hate it. Yeah, I think the two top teams, mine are going to be the same. When might come up, the bottom teams, mine are going to be the same.
Yeah.
You just a lot of movement in the middle, and that's just because a lot of these teams have question marks, and that's going to be the case throughout the whole year. We're going to see what it looks like. I feel like there is some very underrated good teams that are being not talked about and going to be looked down upon, and that's going to change when the season starts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see. Not excited. I'm looking forward to what Philadelphia and Milwaukee look like because these are two teams that in the past have been considered maybe NBA Finals contenders. I think the Bucks got a little better in the offseason. You're trying to keep Giannis. You get Miles Turner, and you re-sign a bunch of players who I think fit around him. And then the Sixers are, if they get healthy, man, like I don't think they can win the East, but I think a lot of people just look at the 76ers and think they're a joke and just immediately are just like, it's the Sixers. I'm not going to take the Sixers seriously. But if Embiid's healthy, if Paul George is healthy, they're playing well, Maxi's having a good season, and they stay healthy. Who knows what happens with Quentin Grimes? They have players, bro. Like the Sixers have a roster. It's not like it's just they got to put it together. So that's I won't say a sleeper team, but those are two teams that are just huge question marks, like gigantic question marks. Like if you put someone from the future in front of me. And you told me. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe not so much win the East, but like, hey, these guys would make the second round. I'd be like, oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. I know a lot of people are high on the Hawks. That's a team that I don't think is deep enough yet. I do think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they're a team that I would take seriously in making any noise whatsoever in the playoffs just yet. We will see. All right, Kwab, let's go to yours, baby. Walk us through it.
Well, I got the Cavs 1, Knicks 2. Obviously, I have the Hawks 3. I have the Hawks.
Damn. Okay. What I just said. Throw it out the window.
Everything. That's why when you said, I was like, I'm gonna just keep quiet till this one.
Okay.
I do have the Hawks very high because I feel like the moves they made and just how much Trae Young has become underrated in the eyes of a lot of people. I don't know why. Just you look up and down the roster. If that team is healthy, they have one of the better teams in the East. With your wings, they're able to switch everything apart from Trae, and having a big like Kristaps who can play the 4 or the 5. He can spread the floor. He can play inside. They're going to be really good. I see a lot of people talking about looking at the roster and being like, "Oh, this team, they're not sure if they believe the hype or whatever it is." I'm like, you gotta realize, apart from the Cavs, apart from the Knicks, it feels like anybody else has a chance because all these teams are either very young with question marks, injured, or just bad.
Yeah.
And the Hawks are one of the few teams that have a solid roster, still have a 20-10 player, one of the best point guards in the game, in Trae Young. Yeah. So that's why I have them at 3. Bucks are 4 because I feel like they're kind of been underrated. They still have Giannis, and they re-signed Thanasis, so I
mean, it's up. Listening to you, Kwab, I think they watched the dime, and I think they saw that. And they're like,
they got to make it happen. They got to make it happen. Magic at 5. We talked about Magic previously, how we feel about them. Pistons, we also did. Sixers are 7, like you said, if they're healthy. But it comes to them if they're healthy. Raptors at 8.
We both had the Raptors. Did I have the Raptors at 8 too? I had the Raptors at 9. Okay, so we both
had them 9, which is still high. Yeah. So we both feel like they're that team that could do something. And round out with like the Heat, Celtics, Pacers, Hornets, Bulls, Wizards, and my Nets at the bottom.
All right,
Kwab.
Team most likely to exceed expectations.
I have the Pacers. And the reason why I picked the Pacers was that because with Hallie being out for the year, he should be out for the year with the Achilles, and then Miles Turner leaving, it's kind of like everybody's looking at them like, okay, they're going to be an afterthought. And I think
you said most likely to exceed expectations, but you have them at 11, so you don't think they're going to exceed the expectations. But if there were somebody to exceed expectations, it'd be the Pacers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody from the future.
Somebody from the future. Because I'm look. This is what people will learn about this channel. We're very open to being wrong all the
We're
time.
so open to being wrong, and like we genuinely don't care. We
Yeah,
don't care.
if middle of the season somebody's like, yo, the Pacers are a top 4 team because you're killing with the pace.
Yeah.
You're still they still have one of the best coaches in the game,
T.J.
and
McConnell,
you know what I mean. T.J. McConnell still busting your ass off the bench. Like, what are you gonna do about it, buddy?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. I do have them low now just because. But like, if they're one of the top teams in the East, I wouldn't be surprised. So I feel like people are viewing them as like, they're not gonna be that good. But I feel like they will exceed all expectations people have for them.
Most likely to underperform. Who do you got?
I have the Nets. ISO me real quick. Give me an ISO.
Go ISO. Go ahead. Go to work. Go to work. I'm actually gonna take away the 2-shot. This is gonna be a 1-shot right now. Go.
Yeah, I have the Nets. Going to be the team to underperform. I have them as the worst team in the East, and because this should be another year they should be tanking. Some way, somehow, Coach Jordy Fernandez is going to find a way to manufacture wins with a team that shouldn't be winning at all.
Wait, hold on. Wait. So by underperforming, you mean that they're going to actually win more games than
Yes. Listen, the Rockets have a pick. They can swap picks next season, not this coming season, next season. So this season is important that they get a high pick, especially with how good the draft is supposed to be. So going into it, you would think that, hey, this should be another season they're tanking. It's not going to happen. I fully believe they're going to start winning games again. Cam Thomas is going to be scoring the ball. Michael Porter Jr., please stop doing podcasts.
God, please, for everybody, for the sake of the humanity, please.
I
Also, $250 a day in Ubers is insane in New York
It's
City.
insane, bro.
I'm in the middle of the city right now. If I wanted to get to Midtown, it's like $30. Give me a
bro,
freaking break,
get a city bike. I don't even care. Like
either that or like you're just going to Westchester for some reason. I don't know.
you have other
Not
options.
going to White Plains, bro. Sorry,
dog, for real. You're not going to Nyack. Like, what are you doing?
He's crossing the bridge and going to Nyack.
Nyack, bro. Like, what are you doing? So, like, I'm like, look. Anytime MPJ talks, I move up Jokic in the greatest player of all time rankings. He keeps going up. Anytime he speaks, I'm like, all right, man. Jokic deserved that MVP, not Embiid. Like anytime. But I feel like the Nets should have a terrible year. People are making the jokes about the rookie class and all that. But understanding Coach Jody Fernandez's mentality, he's a national team coach. Last year, there was a game where he got caught like on a mic telling a ref, like he was arguing with a ref, and he's like, I'm fighting for my life here. Dog, it was like game 22. What do you mean? This is not supposed to be a good team. This man wants to win every game. He coaches it so hard, calls timeouts to yell at the team. He's not about tanking. So this team, instead of underperforming, it's going to perform, and it's going to hurt the underperformance.
Okay.
So that's why I have him there.
We spent way too much time on the Eastern Conference preview talking about the Nets. Let's move on.
No, we didn't. Go Nets.
Now your Eastern Conference Finals. Who do you got?
I also have the Cavs and Knicks, but I have the Cavs in 6.
Okay.
I feel like this feels like a do or die year for the Cavs, especially with how every year they kind of get close and then falter in the playoffs. I like the moves they made, apart from letting Ty Jerome go. Terrible. But adding Lonzo Ball, they've added. I think they just added Thomas Bryant too. Just adding just some size to the team off the bench is it's great, and also having the. I know we're both big fans of Lonzo, and he had a great comeback year, and he's still coming back. I thought it was a great
signing.
Yeah, great signing. It feels like it's a collision course between the Cavs and the Knicks. I don't know if Mike Brown's able to answer all the issues that the Knicks have in terms of. Anytime Cat gets put into action in a high pick and roll, it's a bucket. If he's able to address that, if he's able to address like the ball movement better, where it's just not fully Jalen Brunson offense, and other people get involved in the offense. You also have a deeper bench when it comes to the Knicks this year. They should be better. They should be better from last year. So there's a chance. Like if you told me the Knicks are in the finals, this year, I'll be like, okay, I can see it. But I also feel like the Cavs are just a really, really good team, and the way they just ended up running into the Pacers magic, the Pacers devil magic. I'm saying,
Yeah.
this year, where the Pacers were just a a team with destiny, and they
That
got
and
beat.
to be fair to the Cavs too, and a lot of people don't like giving this excuse for when teams lose series, but like the Cavs are hurt, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
injuries.
and that's not to take anything away from Pacer fans or the Pacers whatsoever. Like y'all deserved getting to the
Easily.
seventh game with the NBA. Like, yeah, congratulations.
Yep.
But if I'm a Cavs fan, I do think you take solace in the fact that, like, hey, listen, like we were hurt. Mobley wasn't himself. Like Ty Jerome had a terrible series. Like there's a lot of things you can point to where it's just kind of like, yeah, like it just didn't go our way. You blew game 2 the way you blew it in epic fashion. That's a game you're going to win 99 out of 100 times. You know, for me, as a Knicks fan, speaking objectively and truthfully, I do think the Cavs are probably the better team right now.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, you have more years together, more continuity. Even the players that you add, it's more just kind of plug in and play players. Someone like Lonzo, who I think can play at anybody. Donovan Mitchell, to me, is a dark horse MVP candidate. Evan Mobley's going to take another step forward. I do think Kenny Atkinson's one of the better coaches in the league. I don't really buy the Cavs are choker narratives. I know it's to me it's just an easy narrative to have without context, right? Like I truly do believe that you play that series against the Indiana Pacers 8 out of 10 times. I think the Cavs are still winning that series. I do, especially if both teams are healthy. Now the Pacers were on some sort of ish last year. I get that, and again, that's not me trying to take away things from the Pacers, but I do think at the end of the day, I do think the Cavs, a healthy team, is a better team than the Pacers. I do think the Cavs have the ability to beat a team like the New York Knicks. You know, a lot of Knicks fans like to rest back on like 3 years ago. It's like, yeah, well, 3 years ago we had R.J. Barrett and Quentin Grimes starting. You know, it's different. It's a different team. Yeah. And I don't think that Mitchell Robinson, as good as I think he is, I don't think he's going to dominate Jared Allen and Evan Mobley the way that he did, you know, in that series. The Cavs are a different team as well. They play faster. You know, they move the ball more. There's more off-the-ball action. They're a better defensive team. So for me, you know, I did pick the Knicks in 7. I'm going to stand on that for the first 3 days of the season. But a lot of that is hope, right? A lot of that is like, all right, if the Knicks can reach the ceiling, like, and their talent, like, convert, like, and that deeper, like, it's more of a hope thing. But if I'm talking with my head, if I'm being honest, I really do think that the Cavs right now are the better basketball team than the New York Knicks. And I do think, and yes or no, very quick answer, Kwab. Do you think like it's just inevitable Knicks Cavs Eastern Conference Finals, either two teams, if healthy?
No.
Okay.
No. And real quick, just because I feel like some team is gonna come out of the East that we don't even expect.
Yeah,
I'm
Magic,
not saying
Hawks,
Raptors, like Sixers, like it's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's going
I mean,
happen.
even like the Bucks, like you still have Giannis, the best player in the East.
Yep.
So if like someone from the future,
from the future came down, it's like, yo,
it's like
this is what happens.
Like, all right, I get it, bro.
Yeah.
And the trade deadline brings a lot of stuff too. Like, you never know who's gonna be on the team. But it's going to be fun, man. Before we end this preview, any shot of anybody in the East actually winning the whole thing, beating an OKC, beating maybe a Denver or Lakers team, Warriors, Rockets, is there any way you think an Eastern Conference team can win the championship this year?
Depending on matchups, yeah, it's a possibility. Like I could see the Cavs beating some of the teams in the West. Could see the Knicks. Yeah, I mean it's a possibility. That's why we play the game. What about you?
I think so too. I think the East gets a bad rap for being this weaker conference, and it is the weaker conference. I'm not going to deny it, but it doesn't mean the teams at the top can't win. I mean, the OKC Thunder were the 1 seed last year, and the Pacers, the 4 seed, might have won the whole damn thing if Tyrese Halliburton's Achilles didn't pop on him. Yeah. So, I do think the Cavs and Knicks are on a level of their own in the East, and I do think that level coincides with, the Nuggets. Maybe not the Thunder. I think the Thunder are probably in an air by themselves, slightly, not by that much, by very little, but they're the champions, so you got to give them that respect. But it wouldn't surprise me. Like if the Knicks caught the right matchup, yeah, I think they could win. If the Cavs caught the right matchup, yeah, I think they could win. So we'll see, man. That's our Eastern Conference preview. We want to know what your predictions are as well. If you want to drop your 1 through 15, go ahead. If you want to drop your most disappointing team, go ahead. If you want to watch drop your sleeper team, go right ahead. Yes. Kwab and I will be back doing our Western Conference preview. Listen, same schedule too. We're going to be reacting to big games throughout the week. Also, Tuesdays, I don't know if y'all are on the East Coast or West Coast or whatever, but games are starting later. We're on the East Coast. Games are starting at 11 o'clock at night. So Kwab and I, what we're going to do on Tuesdays, we're going to do Dime After Dark.
Freaking
Live
late
streams,
for no
baby.
reason. Live streams.
Live streams, Dime After Dark on Tuesdays, late games. If the game at 11, we're doing Dime After Dark. We'll recap the games that were played on Tuesday, not just the game that was played that day, just kind of like a whole overall one live stream. Answer your questions, want to get you involved, so stay tuned for that as well. If you have any ideas, drop them in the comments. Love to hear them from you. Kwab, it's good to be back, baby.
Let's go, man.
We wanted to do more content, but we didn't want to like force stuff. And we both have full-time jobs, but we're back.
Yeah.
Tell
Off
your
season was
friends.
kind of quiet too. Off season was kind of quiet. So
Yeah, and definitely we're gonna do the game recaps. We'll probably give you more regular episodes throughout the week as well, and then Dime After Darks, which are something essentially game recaps that you'll watch live with us, or you'll do live with us, and yeah, we'll add your comments and everything too. We'll make you a part of it. You know, it's not just Kwab and I talking; it'll be all of us talking.
Yep.
Catch you for another episode of Dime. Peace.